Everybody, David here. The video you're about to see is part two of the last interview that Rob Skiba ever did, and I was honored he did it with me. And the reason is I want to release his video that he did with me because I want to keep his ministry alive. He had so much great information, folks, and I want you to listen to this video, particularly to the part about what Big Pharma is doing under the umbrella of, quotes, curing diseases. And also, what does beast really mean in the Bible? Can you say corrupted DNA? Maybe Hollywood wasn't too far off when they made the werewolf, right? Check out the part about Bigfoot. And I want you to really stay with me on this video because he talks about the Antichrist and the genetic aspect of what's happening today as in the days of Noah. The late, great Rob Skiba. I want to keep his ministry alive. Appreciate if you pass the video around, hit like, subscribe, and let's keep this going, folks. People need this information. God bless you. They're doing it under the umbrella of Big Pharma, right? And they're doing it right in front of our face. Where are they doing it? How are they doing this?
So they're literally rewriting your DNA with foreign code that we don't know.
The brand new DVD of Last Evangelist. You can get it right now. It's limited collector's edition. It's got the new episode on it, along with banned videos with me and Michael Lake and Lisa Havens, Sheila Lazinski. Also, if you want to see Last Evangelist, the episode, it's exclusively episode 1 on davidheavener.tv. We talked about in the segment before about the, I guess, the mingling of species in the days of Noah. That's why God wiped them out. We're talking animals with humans, but you're saying it's happening today. Yeah. You're mixing DNA together?
Oh, yeah, it's in the news. Just Google it. They call it Chimera is the term.
All right.
Animal-human chimera.
Okay, so what's their agenda? What's the reason for that?
Well, the scientists will tell you they're trying to cure Alzheimer's or, cancer or, they always have what appears to be good intentions. And in my presentations, when I talk about this stuff, I like to use the movie The Amazing Spider-Man, which was the fairly recent movie of Spider-Man where his enemy was the lizard. Mm-hmm. Well, if you watch that movie, the lizard was actually started out as a scientist, a normal scientist who had lost part of his arm in a combat situation. Mm-hmm. And he had good intentions. He was like, well, I lost my arm. What is it about lizards? You can cut off their tail and the tail grows back. What is the genetic code for limb regeneration? So obviously he lost his arm. He'd like to get it back, but there's lots of people who are missing limbs that this would be beneficial to, right? So he starts off with good intentions. And he cuts off the legs of mice and whatever, and he's injecting mice with lizard DNA, and it finally gets a viable subject where the mouse's leg grows back. And he's, I got it. So he tests it on himself. Mm-hmm. He injects his stump, and what do you know? His arm grows back. But he has an unfortunate side effect, and that he became a giant lizard human creature who had only evil continually in his heart and mind for the rest of the movie. So I'm like, wow, Hollywood gets it. I mean, that's exactly what was going on.
And you know what? This is conditioning us for what I believe, what some call it the disclosure. Okay, let me qualify that. It's when the Antichrist arises, which I believe is going to be, and you and I haven't talked about this, I believe could be a hybrid. Okay.
Oh, I think it is
a hybrid Nephilim. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, if it could take the form of a lizard, of an animal, it's conditioning. Netflix has this new series called what's it? Beast, something Beast. I can't remember the title, but it's dating. You dress up as an animal and you date each other. Okay, so Sexy Beast, that's the name of it. You see, all of this, Rob, is conditioning us for when the man of sin arises, and we go, oh, okay, I'm used to that. I get that, right? It's a conditioning.
It is a conditioning. I have a good friend of mine. His name is Peter. He grew up in Greece and speaks Greek fluently. So, and I have other people who speak Hebrew fluently. I barely speak English fluently. So when I come up on things in scripture in Hebrew or Greek, these are my go-to guys, right?
Right.
And I love calling them because they have no idea why I'm calling them. They have no dog in the hunt. They have no bias. They're just answering a question. And so the Greek word used for the beast there is therion. Mm. So I called my friend Peter and I said, Peter, if I called you a therion, what did you hear? Like what goes through your mind? He goes, well, that'd be like you called me a werewolf or something. I'm like, really, a werewolf? He said, yeah. He says, beast, in English, that's you think like a beast of burden, a cow or horse or something. No, this is something that's corrupted. And so in his mind, when I called him a therion, his Greek mind said werewolf.
Wow.
So, and that's what the word is used for the Antichrist, is a beast. So he's clearly, there's something more to him than just a world leader who rises to power.
Right.
He is, there's a supernatural component, obviously empowered by Satan, but there's a genetic aspect to it as well, in my opinion.
Okay, so last question. If they're doing this, which I believe they are, where are they doing it? How are they doing it specifically?
Yeah, I was doing quite a bit of research on Operation Paperclip and the various Nazi scientists. Now, of course, we're most familiar with Werner von Braun and the Nazi scientists who were brought over for NASA.
Right.
But there were Nazi scientists who were brought over for lots of things.
Yeah.
And some of them were dealing with abominable genetic experimentations.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if you ever heard of Plum Island or Montauk. People think about the Montauk chair and the Montauk experiments and stuff like that, but there's a Montauk monster that washed up on shore some time ago that was some kind of strange hybrid creature that people are like, what is up with that?
Right.
And Plum Island, as I understand it, may have been one location where interesting genetic experimentation is taking place. But so you have the deep underground military base side of it, the DARPA side of it. DARPA's certainly messing around with stuff like that. But now it's just mainstream. Like mainstream scientists are, because they're looking for the cure of Alzheimer's or whatever. So it's becoming more mainstream. But whatever we're seeing in the news, you got to know they're probably a good 20 to 50 years beyond that in the secret places that we don't know about.
Plus, it's a diversion. I tell people, anything you see, the devil lets you see. It's probably either happened already, it's old news, or it's not happening at all, because what he's really doing is over here.
Or it's the tip of the iceberg.
It's what you can't see. So I think a while back, it was isolated, islands, undercover, whatever, they were doing this. Now, they're doing it under the umbrella of Big Pharma, right? And they're doing it right in front of our face.
Right in front of our face.
Yeah.
So they're literally rewriting your DNA with foreign code that we don't know.
That we don't know. Okay. My last comment. Last question. Bigfoot. Could that have been one of these hybrids, one of these merging together of the species, and he got out?
Yeah, no, I think that he may be a genetic carryover from the biblical times.
Is that right?
I think he may just be a remnant species that has managed to survive all this time.
Wow. So you believe possibly that Bigfoot, who people have seen, that you've seen the prints, could have been actually a leftover from the flood? He made it through the flood?
Well, not that he made it through the flood, but we know that there are giants on both sides of the flood, right? There are giants before the flood, but we also see the giants, the Anakim, for example.
The seed made it through the ark.
Yeah, seed made it through the ark, and we have giants in the post-flood world, clearly. But there are, there were several diasporas where when the Israelites came in after the Exodus, 40 years in the wilderness, Joshua and his boys, they got in there and they didn't get all of them. They killed a lot of them, but many of them escaped.
Right.
And some of them stayed, because by the time you get to David, you still got giants there, Goliath and his brothers and whatnot. Right. So David and his mighty men took out more of them, but there's lots of reason to believe that many of them, there's a great diaspora up into the Caucasus Mountains, even all the way to the Americas, because there were many cases that Native Americans talk about giants. The Spaniards that came here talk about giants. So giants are everywhere.
Everywhere. So remember that, guys. Next time you spot Bigfoot,
it's probably a remnant.
Rob says it's probably a remnant running around from, I don't know. Yeah, that's one of the giants that David couldn't kill. Right?
Or descendants thereof.
Descendants. Okay. Rob, thanks, buddy.
All right, man. Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. God bless you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Hey everybody, well this concludes our time together. If you'd like to support the ministry, please go to davidheavener.tv/give or call 844-806-0006 or text the word chosen to 91999. Don't forget to share this broadcast, and I love you. I want you to go and sign up right now to davidheavener.tv. It's exclusive just to the members. You'll see we have 10 channels, okay? We have the Prophecy channel, Saving Baby channel, the original TV series channel, the Health and Survival channel, Bible and Prayer channel. Please go and support the ministry by signing up. You can get 2 months free if you do it now, davidheavener.tv.